To access your group calendar, start on the Updates homepage. You'll notice on the far right side, you see a calendar icon right here with the option to add an event. All of the calendar events that you do create will show up here in the stream. So as the administrator of a group, you have the ability to create calendar events that can then be communicated to the members of your group. We're going to start by adding an event. So we select add an event. You have a couple options. You can put the date when you want it to happen, when the event is going to occur. You can add a start time, and you can add an end time if you like. You would just choose the same date if it's the same day, and then the time. Maybe 8 to 10 a.m. on June 10th. You'd also have the option to repeat. So if this is a repeating event, you have a little bit of customizing that you can do every day, weekday, every Thursday. Now it says every Thursday because I'm accessing this on Thursday. So Schoology is saying, hey, he's on a Thursday. Maybe he wants to repeat it on a Thursday. Or day 10 of every month. Or second Thursday of every month. You can tell that my date up here says Thursday, June 10th. So Schoology is interpreting these bottom functions here as a result of the date that I am creating this event. Let's just say it doesn't repeat. Let's say it never repeats. It's a one-time event. Sample event number 1. And we have a description box, so we can type the description of the event here. You can also include information. Bold, so we have all the suite of toolbars here. You can include hyperlinks in here that go off to information about it. You can insert flyers or Google Drive items in here as well. So if you have any flyers that you need to post about this event, you can attach them here. We also have the toolbar down here to upload PDFs and images, more linking, more access to Google Drive. And if you wanted to provide a customized audio or video recording for people about the event, you can do that as well. Our next option is to either enable or disable the Rsvp system. So if this is an event where you're just trying to communicate with members of your group and you're not really worried about counting who's coming, you can disable it, in which case it's just letting them know, hey, this is happening on this date. If you do want to get a number of who's gonna come to this, because maybe you have limited space for an event that you're holding for an event that may relate to this group, you can have only invitees can RSVP, and we'll go through both of these processes. If you want anyone to be able to RSVP, this would be if you have a public group and you want it to be a public event. So anybody can do this. Again, you would only do this if your group was privacy set to public. We'll start with disabled to go through the process here. Last option here is you can enable or disable members of your group to be able to comment on the actual event. So maybe you want to have people ask questions about the event that you want to respond to. It's a nice way to open up a communication channel if that's appropriate for this event. So go ahead and disable or enable that as needed. Now that we have all of our options set for our single day event, we're going to go ahead and click create. And once we click create, go ahead and reload. Now if we click our calendar, we see that we have the sample event that shows up here, and we can click it. Here's the group name it's a part of, here's the description, and here's the date it's occurring. As the creator and the admin of the group, I can edit the item if I want to, and then I can click view item to go in a kind of a broader depth here. At this point, if I wanted to delete it, I would have to come into this event by clicking it. So let's go through that process again. If I wanted to delete this event, I would click it. I would go view item, and then I would click the gear icon, and I would be opting to either edit or simply delete this. So we're going to delete this for now. So now we're going to go and make a different type of event. So we're going to go to the calendar again. We're going to select add event, and let's say that we have a couple times in the future. So let's say this is an upcoming event for that date there. Let's say that it repeats every Tuesday. And let's say that there's an end date on July 20th. We'll title it sample repeating event. Again, you can enter the description. You can use any of these toolbar options up here to customize the description and attach any resources you need to. Now we are, this time for RSVP, we are going to have only invitees can RSVP because we want to see what that looks like. And we are going to leave comments enabled. So I'm going to go ahead and create my series of events. And we see that they populate on the right side here. So anybody who comes into the group here, they will see the upcoming events that are listed here. If I click an event as the admin, I can simply see it. Now, I'm the admin who created this event for the group, so I am attending. I can change my RSVP to not attending if I'm not going to attend this event. And I see over on the right side, I can get a list of who's attending and who's awaiting a reply. So Jennifer Miller and Eric Brown are members of this group, but they haven't responded yet. We'll talk about how they're notified and how they can do that in a second. I can leave a comment if I want to add more information. Additionally, even though this is a private group, I can invite other guests that are in my organization. So if I'm a teacher at Mount McGill High School, you don't have this drop-down list. You will just see the site that you're attached to. You can search for other members of your organization that you may want to invite to this group, even though they're not a part of this group. So it's pretty cool that you can invite people outside of the group to the event for this group. So there's an option there if you choose to. Maybe your principal, maybe there's some sort of representative who's not a part of this group, but you want them to let them know, hey, we have this event going on as part of our group. Okay, so now the next question is, how are the members notified that there's an event? How do they find their calendar to notify that they have the event? And then how do they RSVP? So I'm going to be switching now to the student mode. So if I'm a group member, I'm simply a group member. Typically, this would be a student of some kind. The first way that I can check to see if there are any events for the groups that I'm a part of, outside of my group, if I look at courses, groups, and resources, each student in the top right has a little calendar icon. Now, this calendar is tied to not only groups, but courses as well. But groups will show up. So if a student clicks the calendar icon, they will see upcoming repeating events here. They have the option to deselect all calendars or specify only certain calendars be listed here. Now, these are all courses right here, but if they wanted to, they could select the group that they're a part of, and they can tell groups are with the people icons, and then courses are with this notepad icon here. So they could say, only show events for this one. Let's go down to ours, only show events for this one, but it defaults to all. A student can then identify the event coming up for this group. It's part of this group. Here it is. I can view the item. And then it takes me into the group, into the event with my group, and then I can work from here. Another option to access your group calendar event is to go into the group itself. And I go to my group homepage. I now see the upcoming events are populated over here on the right side. I can go ahead and click this event. Once I go to the event, I see who's attending. There's the admin of the group. I can see a waiting reply from me and some other students. And now at this point, I can choose to attend or decline. I can click attend. And then now we see it switches. Eric Brown, that's me, is going to attend and still waiting on this student here. And again, I did have comments enabled, so I can type a comment if enabled. Now, a couple of notes regarding notifications. Members of the group will be notified that you have posted a new calendar event through their email and through the other ways as well. If they have the app installed, they'll get a push notification if they have those enabled on their smartphone. Or if they have text messaging services set up, they will get those as well. But they will, by default, obviously always get a email reminding them, hey, your group admin of this group has created a new calendar event with a direct link to that.